the world by storm. And I think a lot of that happened by coming over to QVC many years ago with this fabulous fragrance called Inish. And I want to thank you so much for joining us today,
You're
sir.
so kind. Thank you.
You know what?
Very much.
This is really remarkable because this is a fragrance that has been on air with us for many, many, many years. And lots of people don't even wait to see you return. They just consistently go back to see if there's a reorder. And it's because the fragrance of Inish itself is so very different than we find here in the States. Can you tell us how this fragrance came to be?
Well, we think that the most important thing about a fragrance is to produce, I mean, there are no end of fragrances you can buy. There's no shortage of them. There are hundreds launched. So there's no point in bringing something that's directionless or whatever. So we try and do something that's inspired, in our case, by Ireland, by something beautiful in Ireland, and then something that'll really genuinely make people happy and want to wear it. Now, maybe everyone tries that, but in this particular case, we wanted to, because Ireland is a marine country, it's an island with loads of coast, we wanted to produce a scent that reflected a really happy summer's day by the sea.
Right. I was going to say what you'll notice right away with this particular fragrance is how fresh and clean it is. It's such a clean fragrance. It's not very heavy on one thing or very heavy on the other thing. It's just clean.
Yeah. And so it was an easy thing to ask, but we went to our perfumer who we were working with, a lovely gent called Arthur, said, that's what we want now, come on, get working. And he rang me a couple of days later and he was stumped. He was at his desk surrounded by all his oils and potions and he just didn't know where to start. So I said, come on, well, why don't we just go to what we're trying to inspire you with and see what it does. So we went to the most beautiful beach I knew, which was a beach called Dogs Bay in the west of Ireland. In Connemara. It was the most beautiful day. You've got it up there.
Unreal. Look at the color of the water.
Unbelievable for Ireland. It actually was a tropical lagoon, so that's why the sand is so white. It's crushed shells, not rock.
Which is not usual for beaches in that area.
No, not at all, not at all. So everything was perfect about the day. It was sort of God-given almost. And I remember on the beach he said, yes, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to mix lemons with lily of the valley and cloves, whatever he did. And I don't know the full ins and outs of it.
It's a well-guarded
secret. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like Coke or something. But it doesn't matter. It's the way that it's put together. It just makes people happy. It just makes you feel energized and
that's
wonderful.
That's a beautiful way to say it. Imagine for a moment if you could wake up every single morning and walk out of your house to that beach that we showed the photograph of, where the air was fresh. There was almost a little twist of juiciness to it, where you just felt with one breath like you were awake in the morning. That's kind of what this encapsulates. So maybe you've been at work all day, you're coming home, you almost want to refresh from that day that you've just had. You put a little spritz of this on and you feel like you're born again, born anew.
If you were beside the sea every day, you wouldn't have need of this.
I know, right?
We're trying to bring it to you. We're trying to bring a little bit of that, the happiness of a summer's day, to you.
So I do need to let you know that this has always been popular. Every single time we have it on the air, it's been popular, and we have a very finite amount to go around at the moment. No auto delivery available on this, and I know that there's fewer than 300 remaining to go around if you would like to bring this one home. And I'm thinking about maybe shopping ahead for gifts. If you've ever been to Ireland and you would like to bring this home as maybe a memory of a trip that you took there, or if you have family members of Irish heritage, think about getting this as a holiday gift. Just tuck it away, but get it now, because if this does sell out, I don't know when we would be able to get this exact one in again. It's not something that we're consistently thinking about reordering until we're thinking about the next St. Patrick's Day show or something else.
And you won't have a problem if you buy it and you don't know exactly who it's for, because it's unisex, so it's male and female, and it's really liked, and I know I would say this, but it is genuinely liked by people of all ages. We have teenage girls up to older women and men.
And that's what I appreciate about it so much, is that the fragrance is so clean. There's a lot of fragrances out there that are either very heavy or very floral. They're very one thing or the other, but if you just want to be rejuvenated, you want to be waking up and with those happy feelings of the morning, that's what this encapsulates.
It's just very easy. It's very easy, very happy. You don't require any attitude or any particular type of clothes or anything. You can wear it. It's just fresh and easy.
Helps to set you off on a wonderful day. And by the way, also, wearing wonderful fragrance helps to bring people closer to you. If you want your grandchildren to come a little closer, if maybe there's somebody that you have your eye set on, you want them to come a little bit further into your zone, a good fragrance can do that.
we find an awful lot of people, and again, I know I would say this, but it is true, say that they get so many compliments wearing Inish, and particularly a lot of Irish air hostesses wear it.
Is that right?
And stewards, because they find that it's really inoffensive.
Right.
They can't wear strong perfumes or one that people
On an
sometimes-
airline.
Yeah, you've got to be acceptable to everybody. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
So think about picking this one up, because for the moment today, as part of our Rose of Tralee celebration, and this is the final 2 hours of our celebration, the 4 easy payments of $13.13 a month will be going away at the end of the day, and then it will be months before we're having a chance to talk about St. Patrick's Day. So think about this once again. Those marine elements like we saw on the beach, you can even see it encapsulated a bit on the box here. The clean, pristine water. Those notes that you talked about, a little whisper of citrus, a little bit of lily of the valley, of geranium. The whole thing is just spectacular.
It's it's a mixture of male and female. Lily of the Valley is quite sweet and feminine. The citrus is quite fresh. And then we've got a few cloves and sandalwood and stuff in it to sort of give it a little bit of a masculine twist.
Which really is the marvelous thing about it. Oh, and it's, by the way, very, very popular. This is the last presentation of it I believe you are going to see of this during this event that we have today. So think about stocking away those gifts, since it is not available for you on auto delivery. That is what's so remarkable, is that the fragrance is very balanced. There are a lot of fragrances that are out there that are all one thing or all another thing. And that's one of the types of fragrances that people immediately go, yeah, I think I'm going to walk over this way. This is a welcoming, all-encompassing fragrance.
Yeah, yeah. Just lovely.
Yeah, it
Just
is.
lovely and fresh.
So if you want to try this out, you don't even have to be of Irish heritage. As with all of our items that we have here on QVC, you have a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. You know, you get this at home and you say to yourself, oh, you know, maybe this was for me, or maybe someone else would like this better, or maybe it's just not for me. There are no questions that are ever asked. You can always come in and get one of the other Irish pieces if you would like to, or exchange it for something else. But I have a feeling that when you get this home, and you try out the fragrance, much like the photograph of the beach, which was the inspiration of this, with the white sand that is caused by crushed shells. If I didn't know better, I would actually think I was looking at the Caribbean. I wouldn't realize that I was looking at a beach in Ireland.
That's what everybody says,
yeah, but that's where I would love to be, because I know those cold waters are going to be so pristine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very clean. Lovely to swim in if you've got a bit of nerve on you.
I wonder, what is the temperature on any given day during the summer? What would the temperature be there?
15 degrees Celsius. What's that in Fahrenheit?
Would that be in the 60s, 50s,
just
60s?
60.
But
You'd
again,
consider it cold. For us, that's incredibly warm.
That would be brisk, like the fresh
brisk.
morning that we're talking about,
Exactly.
invigorating to wake you up in the morning.
You feel great when you're out.
Exactly. Those 4 easy payments of $13.13 a month to bring this home as part of our Rose of Tralee event continues. This is the only fragrance that we have in our last 2 hours of the day. And I can't imagine that we have much more than that. I'm even wondering, I didn't have a chance to see if this was the only way to get Inish on QVC.com, but it's not something that we talk about on a regular basis twice a year. Rose of Tralee celebration, and then our St. Patrick's Day celebration. So please come into it and see what it's all about. A 38210. David, a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, I think we're having a chance to see some photographs